Story that happened to me just last year. I had finished partying at a bar with some friends and was too drunk to drive myself home, so one of my friends suggested I call an Uber driver. I didn't even know about Uber at the time, but from what I understood, it was like some kind of cab service. So as I'm waiting outside in the night for the Uber driver, he finally shows up and asks if I'm the woman he's looking for. I tell him yes and thank you for coming so late. I get in the car. He seems nice enough, but honestly the car was a bit messy in the back. I didn't really expect too much since, for one, it was my first Uber driver, and two, he came late, so odds are he didn't have time to clean from the day that he had. He introduces himself as Frank and starts making small talk with me. I tell him it's actually my first time using Uber and he says, "Oh, is it? Well, it's a great service." And I'm not just saying that because I work as an Uber driver. So as the drive goes on, it remains silent for a few minutes when he begins to ask the most stalker/psycho questions ever imaginable. He first asks, "Do you live alone?" And keep in mind, I do, but I told him, no, I don't. And next he asks, "Were you at the bar looking for a boyfriend or just some drinking?" I'm starting to get a little weirded out by the questions that he's asking, but I just responded with, "Just doing some drinking, really." Now he comments, "Oh, well, you're very pretty," and without sounding too hasty, "I actually live very close to you, so maybe we can do something sometime." In my mind, I'm thinking like, great, this guy knows where I live and wants more than just to take me home. But I tell him, "Sorry, but I'm not interested in a relationship right now." He says, "Alright, well, if you change your mind, here's my phone number." And we arrive at my house where I go to bed after about an hour of tossing and turning. The next morning, I tell my friend what happened, and she said he sounded like a total creep, but was glad nothing happened to me. I thought it was all over, but it looks like I was sorely mistaken. Doing my usual errands throughout the day, I noticed a red car following me wherever I went. I was going to public places like stores and whatnot, so I tried not overthinking it, but I found it strange nonetheless. After getting home, that red car parks outside my street just waiting for me to get inside my house. I immediately go inside, prepared to call the police if necessary, but that's when I hear the doorbell. I go to answer the door, and it's Frank from yesterday. He says, "Hey Karina, sorry if I'm coming at a bad time, but I just felt like seeing if you wanted to go out for dinner or something." My treat. I tell him, "Look Frank, I saw you following me the whole day. That's something I should report you for, but I'm not going to if you leave me alone. I already told you I'm not looking for anything, so please go away." I didn't want to be rude, but I slammed the door in his face to make sure he got the message. And that was the end of that, or so I thought. About 2 weeks goes by with nothing happening at all, until all of a sudden I get a package in the mail. It was bigger than anything I was expecting to receive, but I opened it anyways because I ordered a lot of things each week, and the name was almost illegible. Inside of it was an even smaller box, and inside of that one were two things, both just as cringeworthy. Hair and a note. The note read this: "Good day, Karina. I hope you appreciate my gift to you. I thought this could help us get closer and start something beautiful. It's my hair. I hope you could also do something for me. Maybe send me your underwear?" It was clear to me that Frank needed some serious mental help. I called the police, and they told me they couldn't really do much in my situation because he hadn't shown any acts of violence or made any threats. I thought that was the lamest excuse ever, but it's what I was told by whoever spoke to me on the 911 line. Frank shows up at my door just 10 minutes later. I don't answer it though. He knows I'm home, saying, "Come on, Karina, I saw you get my package, so just let me in." Now I call the police again and tell them he's harassing me and I feel unsafe. I'm told an officer will be here in less than 10 minutes. I can hear Frank jiggling the lock trying to get in. Now I'm really scared for my life. I don't have a gun, bat, or anything. All I can use is a knife, but that won't do me any good if I need something for long-range distance. About a minute later, he breaks my window with a rock. He pulls a gun to my face and says, "We're gonna have a fun time now, Karina." That's when I see a cop from behind pull up and he says to me, "Oh no, you're not getting away that easily. Follow me or you're dead." So I do what he says, hoping the cop saves me. He leads me upstairs and stays with me in the room, holding the gun to my head with his hand over my mouth. An officer comes upstairs and says, "Freeze! Drop the gun." I'm in tears, crying for my life, and Frank says, "Step any closer and I'll shoot." The officer wasn't gonna let Frank have his way, so he stepped closer, and Frank tries pulling the trigger, but his gun was jammed. The cop sees this as an opportunity to save me, so he immediately runs up to Frank, who let go of me, and points the gun at him. Needless to say, Frank gave up without a fight, and was arrested. He didn't say anything when leaving, but he gave me a very creepy death stare. I'm glad to have made it out alive though. I'm thankful it's all over, and this is definitely the last time I'll be using Uber.